I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap-ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't missing my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own, tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues. Guess if you ain't at the table, you on the menu, and I'm that spitter, baby. They don't want you to see, but everybody's south of Capitol Hill's rocking with me. Boys smoke the trays and ponder getting their life together. I'm comfortable with my role, so I'm like, whatever. Me? I ain't got a job, but I work hard. And you don't work hard, but you got a job. The irony is I'm judged while you feel the applause. I'm slept on, that's why I had to set this alarm. My dudes is armed, I'm armed with this arm charm. Body banging like she got that cream from Barry Bonds. Yeah.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
That Dre season is here, a real hitter with a mic, I'm everything that they fear. With that hood ain't the same, I was all on their ass, I'm level-headed. So yo, my dudes love when I spaz, and I'm so over Seattle's passive-aggressive attitude. They don't call you back, what they really saying is F you. While I'm from the same place, I move at a different pace. I prefer if you just said it to my face, damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Average dudes with they average spit, writing average rhymes, knocking average chicks. The closer I get, I can feel the people starting to shift. I'm loyal to a fault, and everybody can't come with. Rap's a rich man's game, I'm only playing with change. They bang models and singers, I'm knocking my own flame, I'm different. The crowd, I move with the chosen few. Black thoughts, I could be the front man for the roots. No diamonds and gold, I'm on my sticks and stones. If we can see your panty line, you should have on a thong. My team is strong, through this fire we forged a bond. And they already know what it is when I get on. To the hearse, party like it's December 31st. When I'm on my deathbed, I probably cracking my nurse. You ain't got the bars to compete, I'm a verbal athlete. Deflating these boys so they say that I cheat. Damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Yeah. I should probably start by apologizing for the long wait, man. You know, I know I be tripping. But I'm not just a rapper, I'm an artist. And, you know, my creative process is a little bit different than most. Nonetheless, I want to welcome everybody out to the Dre's Experience. I got TCF in the building, my whole camp's here with me. I got the band in here laying this cool-ass vibe. And I'm Seattle's own. Let's get into it.
I just wanna live. God protect me. I just wanna live. I just wanna live.
Welcome everybody to the Morning Update Show. I'm your co-host Trey Holiday, and boy oh boy have we had a busy morning over here at Converge Media. Let me bring in my guy, co-host with the most, Big O. What up, Big O?
All right, good morning, Trey Holiday. You're right, we're starting today with a special, you gotta tighten it up some, with a special start time here of 11:05 because we were on the Seattle Equity Summit this morning and actually had the pleasure of being on there with you in the very first session, the very first plenary session. And so that was from 9:30 to 11, and so that's where we started at 11:05.
Yeah, absolutely. And you did a great job of you know, moderating such a great panel, really. I mean, it was Seattle, it was Detroit on there. It was beautiful, you guys. And I'm thankful that we were able to give them a little bit of the Converge experience.
Yeah, no, definitely. We got to get out to Detroit.
Yeah, clearly.
We're going to have to clip some of that and then put it in the show tomorrow. All right, I want to welcome everybody to the Morning Update Show and remind you that right now is the perfect opportunity to tag and share the stream. Go ahead and tag and share the stream with people who you feel would appreciate culturally relevant news and information emanating from right here in the Emerald City. Want to give a big shout out to our partners over at the South Seattle Emerald and also KBCS 91.3 out of Bellevue College. Also want to remind everybody that you can catch the Morning Update Show anywhere that you listen to your favorite podcast. They're putting a link to SoundCloud in there right now. You got a screen share over there, Carlos? We got a new director today, Carlos Imani. Don't worry. They'll be okay with the link. You ain't got to stress out over there. But anywhere, so that's Google, Spotify, iTunes, and, of course, SoundCloud, and anywhere else you listen to your favorite podcast, you can check us out. Man, it's still no excuses season. You should have a clip over there, Carlos, merch. And we got to get these shirts going.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. I mean, you know, it's still no excuses, man. I love that we have the T-shirt and the hoodie for folks, man. Plenty of opportunity to show off your no excuses.
Yeah, and the thing is like these rolled out during the 100-degree heat, right? Yeah. And people are like, man, you guys are selling sweatshirts right now in July. I was like, my friend, it's Seattle. Then you get a day like today. But wareweconverge.com/shop. Perfect way to support Black-owned independent media while letting people know you ain't taking no excuses. As usual, right here, I like to always remind people that the vaccine is free. The vaccine is free in King County. Really in the whole state, probably across the whole country. Here in Seattle, King County, most places you can go, you can actually get all three. You get a choice. We put the link there in the comments. Trey Holiday, I keep telling people, man, if someone's asking you to Venmo or Cash App for that vaccine, you should probably not get it. Yeah,
you know what? Hey, you got to let them know. You got the resources, man. You know it's free out here. Don't let them take your money.
Nah, you know what you do. It's just like in the hood. You tell them, nah, I already got the plug.
Right.
I already got the plug on the vaccine on me. You know, we're keeping this vaccine conversation going because, like I said, we want to leave space in conversation for those in community that might be hesitant around the vaccine. And I think that one of the most important things we can do is like, yeah, man, you know, there's space around that conversation because, you know, on a lot of other media, they're really shaming that group, and all you do is shame people. You just push them away. Like, oh, I can't believe you haven't got vaccinated yet. What do this and that? A lot of people in our community just got legitimate questions.
Yeah, you know what? I think that you're so right. It's not right to try to push your opinions or your perspectives on others. And this is something that is hitting a lot of people in different ways. And I love being able to just hear from folks. I mean, this is still such a prevalent, prominent conversation happening in community. There's a lot of folks that are on either sides of this, folks that have done a ton of research, others who are just like, look, man, I work a lot. I don't have time to deal with that right now. I got to, still be in survivor mode a bit. So it's really a wide range of perspectives. Oh, and you're right. You can't be pushing that stuff off on nobody else.
Nah, and so, I mean, we have a dual role here as our media, our community media, people who live in the neighborhood as well, is we want to continue to get as much information out to you about the vaccine, about COVID. I mean, we've been doing, that's why this show even started. Yeah. The Morning Update show started March 19th, 2020, so we could bring information around COVID to our community. We want to continue to always do that. But, we also want to be able to create space and have conversations with people who are vaccine hesitant. Other thing we got going on is, man, our blog's been updated. Let's go ahead and put that up there. It was great yesterday. Our silence is killing us. And we're talking about mental health in the community. And I mean, Maguette from NAMI was amazing. And that was a powerful interview that you did there. And also we've got, put that back up there, Carlos. We've also got in the vaccine stories, Inye Danish. Yeah. Man, it's like 10,000 Danishes out there.
Yeah,
man.
The Danish family is very strong in the CD for sure.
And we'll put that link to our blog in the comments. But just real briefly about that with Maguette yesterday.
Yeah, I gotta say you're absolutely right, Omari. And we talk about mental health here all the time. We talk about mental illness, and I loved having Maguette Guiniguez of NAMI right here in our studio to really discuss, how NAMI is approaching mental illness. But what she said there. And I love that is in the headline, that we cannot be silent. You can't suffer alone. This is not something that should be done in a silo. This is something that really takes community, and they're doing that with their peer groups. So now they have actual groups where you can come in and you can share with others who are also living through that experience, man. It's important because you are not alone when you're dealing with mental illness, and she's just absolutely right about that.
Definitely. Really encourage somebody. I think Omi has put the link in the comments out there. there. You go to our blog on our website, man, and you can see yesterday's interview with Maguette from NAMI. Oh, and real quick, I forgot to mention this. We got a guest in the studio today. We got spoken word artist Jaye Ware, and Jaye Ware is performing at the Makarata Festival this weekend. Huh?
Yes. Madaraka. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. And so we'll be talking to Jaye Ware. And then also, there was a bunch of press releases that came out, and I'm going to get to these. Council member Sawant had a press conference this morning, and Council member Sawant is demanding more affordable housing for black folk like me and you. Yeah. And then also, the mayor's office, Human Services, released the info on this $10.4 million of all the people who got the money on the $10.4 million. Some of those names are pretty familiar. So, excuse me, we're going to be talking about that here shortly. But as usual, I usually say all of that at the top of the show, and I forgot to. So, but continue through here. Want to give a big shout out to our buddies over at Market Street Shoes. Like I said, Grav brought one out there, shot a whole commercial. You got it, Carlos? There it is. MarketStreetShoes.com. Grav went out there, shot a whole commercial, came back. I ain't seen no shoes.
No shoes.
You know what I'm saying? He might have done barter trade with our shoes. Trey says she don't want none no more. Give me a size 15.
I promise you, if he did not actually realize that I need my 8.5, man, hey, we're gonna have issues.
Nah, but we're going out there. We'll make it out to the Market Street Shoes. Hey, definitely keep Market Street Shoes in mind, especially if you're shopping for back to school and everything else, man. They're a big supporter of ours over here at Converge, so we want to support them. And they're just really, really good people. A reminder as well, man, to vote. The ballots are out there. We got to have them in here with us tomorrow. The ballots are there. You should have already got your ballot in the mail. If you didn't get your ballot in the mail, please contact King County Elections so we can get that taken care of. We need to raise the rate of people, of the turnout for the elections. These off-cycle elections are usually pretty low. Last year, King County hit 87%. Director Wise said at 90%, she could have just dropped the mic. But 87%, but, we need to get out. So no matter who you're voting for, who you like, clearly, or who in Seattle, you should say who you dislike. Right. It's like who I'm not voting for. Man, let's make it happen, man. Let's get out there. Let's vote. We need to vote. We're going to stay on top. You're going to hear vote from us, all the way through the primary and then all the way through the general election.
Let me just say, too, on that. No, because I think one of the things that's really exciting is that we have a lot of people coming from community perspectives that are putting their names in the hat. So I really am excited because I think that, this is one of those elections where we may see a high engagement, man, because folks are like, wait a minute, what? So now what does the port do? I mean, people are having these discussions in community, man. It's beautiful.
That's true. And, that's what I'd rather talk about. All this elections is the port. They'd be like, oh, city council forum, the mayor, man, the port. The port, what I'm saying? Like the city got a lot of handouts and programs, and that's cool because, it's just there, man. The port is a direct economic driver. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, that's what port's built for. Port was literally built to make money, to import and export goods. You know what I'm saying? How can our community be part of that economic driver, right? Don't get me started on the port. I love the port. I can't wait to talk to everybody running these positions for the port again. It would really actually be a breath of fresh air. And they're all civil. Yeah. I ain't seen nobody throwing no real grenades at each other over there in that port race. Right. Like what I'm saying, like some of these other races. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a task for you out there. And our goal is to get Jake Gravbrock to 10,000.
Unbelievable, man. He's the best player in the world. I'm glad he's on my side. And going into a Game 7, you want the best player in the world on your side.
The backyard got mountains in it. I do not move until my accountant finish. Big mason jars, each one an ounce.
That's right. We need to get walk dot into the dot.
Walk dot. It is walk.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Okay, it is.
You got to switch the camera.
Unbelievable, man. He's the best player in the world. I'm glad he's on my side. And going into a Game 7, you want the best player in the world on your side.
The backyard got mountains in it. I do not move until my accountant finish. Big mason jars, each one an ounce.
No, they saw it right there. Thank you, Los. Walk.into.the.light. Okay.
There it is. We trying to get Jake to 10K. It's a serious campaign, man. I might have T-shirts next week too. You know what I'm saying? I
was thinking about some hashtags for it, man. No fakes for Jake. We were talking about, no excuses, man. No fakes for Jake, man.
On,
everybody.
Man. We need to get Jake to his 10,000. We might incentivize people out there. We might incentivize the public, and and then one other thing here, just for discussion, I want to continue to bring this up, and I need to check in with Ike Everard because he's managing it, is we have an event link now. So a lot of people that have events, they want to post it, community news, things like that. We used to get a lot of like DMs and instant messages and carrier pigeons, smoke signal, ESP. It was wild, man. Now we just got a link. And so O's going to put that link in the comments right now of the forum. So if you ever want to submit an event or something to Converge, it's easy to do now.
You know what? I'm just so loving the ways that, we are being accessible to our community. Omari has put his email out there plenty of times. That, hey, just email me right here at But y'all, I'm loving that now there is a direct source for you to utilize, so his inbox is not getting as flooded. You guys don't even want to know how what his email looks like right now.
You don't even want to know about that. I'm gonna skip ahead here on one thing real quick, just because I really like the way that this overlay looks. And I got a feeling we might be talking about these city issues here, this housing and this HSD for a minute. So let me put this up. Digable Planets. Look at that. Ow. That's right. Man, part of Seattle. Welcome back, Weeks. Welcome back, Seattle. Digable Planets going to be down there at Westlake Park on the 25th. Are you there?
Hey, man, I am there. This is like, something folks been waiting for in the city. It is for Digable Planets to come through, man. This is so exciting. And when Audra was here, Audra Boo, and she dropped that, she's like, look, I got a little surprise for y'all. We're like, wait a minute, what's she going to do? What's she going to say? Then she's like, Digable Planets, man, is coming out. Everybody in this studio was like, what?
That's right. Digable Planets. And Audra Boo, that was a good interview. Audra said, I'm not putting on my wig that day. I'm not putting on my lashes. I'm just getting ready to get down. Yeah. So, lots of stuff going on. Welcome back, Weeks here in Seattle. And one we're definitely looking forward to, Digable Planets on the 25th. And so we'll keep to remind you about that. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to Councilmember Sawant. We don't have an overlay for this because it was a very long title. All right. Councilmember Sawant, faith leaders, and community activists to unveil legislation for the city of Seattle to fund affordable housing and reverse the displacement of Black working families in the Central District. It says here that Councilmember Shama Sawant of D3, chair of the Council's Sustainability Rights Committee, will join Central District faith leaders. This was at 9 o'clock this morning, and low-income housing project and the compensation of New Hope Missionary Baptist Church and others for land taken from them by the city of Seattle under the racist urban renewal programs of the 1960s. Man, so it looks like Reverend Jeffrey, who was actually here a few weeks ago, teamed up with Councilmember Sawant to build some affordable housing there on the land and also get some land back that was taken away.
This is important, right? This is important. I got to tip my hat to Africatown Community Land Trust for really leading a certain way that was like, nah, we're not going to stand for it. I think there was a lot of people who were like, well, what's going on? The Central District just got gentrified while there was Black leaders in our community. Where were they at? So I love the fact that everybody is really jumping on this train. It is important. We need more folks doing the disruption of the for-profit developers, because man, Seattle land is at a real all-time high right now, and I understand when you're thinking about it from a profit margin, like what is your return on investment, that you're looking at Seattle as being a place where you want to develop. But the fact that they have some intentionality behind getting land back that was taken from them, and then being very specific about affordability, that's what we really need right now in our city.
Right, and I think as usual, We just always want to make sure that it's the right people, like the right program. I believe like one of these programs was actually a federal program, and it might be a federal issue as opposed to state. But yeah, I mean, if their land, they need their land. You know what I'm saying? I just saying that sometimes, we go after the municipality for something when it's actually a federal thing, or we go after the federal, so it's a municipality. I didn't see the press conference because we were there in the Equity Summit, so we want to watch the whole press conference there and check it out. But yeah, Councilmember Sawant teaming up with Pastor Jeffrey and who else in here? Says that we'll hear from faith and community supporters, which include New Hope Community Development Institute, the Church Council of Greater Seattle, Seattle King County NAACP, El Centro de la Raza, Black Lives Matter Seattle, United Black Clergy, MLK Committee, MLKCC, the Nehemiah Project, Women Rising, Clean Greens Farm and Market, Japanese American Citizens League, Bethany United Church of Christ, the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle, and Low Income Housing, that's Lehigh, Low Income Housing Institute, and many in the black community. So, any additional thoughts?
I think it's interesting, and again, I'm just saying that it takes folks to be bold to change the status quo, and it's important. I was saying this in the summit, and I'll say it again here because you guys all weren't at the summit. That it's important that they have opportunities as a city and as a county and as a state for community-driven development projects, period. And so the fact that this is one, where it's like, yeah, let's bring in community at the very beginning. Let's make sure that this is community led and that folks that have been displaced are at the center of this development.
Right. And my understanding, and like I said, I'll reach out to Councilmember Sawant when we get off air, and then also the Office of Housing over to the Mayor's office, is that this, to me, what I think this is, which isn't a bad thing, but every year OH, Office of Housing, has funds to help fund projects. And people submit their applications, and then they basically lobby. And then the Office of Housing every year, sometimes a few times a year, makes those awards known. We've seen that from the Ethiopian Community Center, the housing that's going there. Africa Town Plaza, First AME Church was a recipient. Mount Zion was a recipient. So, it very well could be that they're going through that same process everybody else has, but they've got a council member now as a cheerleader as it goes down there to the Office of Housing. But you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, which isn't bad. Anybody who wants some kind of housing or something, it's good to have a council member kind of cheering it along for you. But I'm pretty sure that they're going through that same process that a lot of these other affordable housing developments have gone through the Office of Housing. And so, they're making their consortium of supporters very clear. And sometimes you need that, man. You're dealing with government. People got to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring the people to bear that really are at the heart of the issue.
All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. Check out Councilmember Sawant's full presser, and also follow up the Office of Housing and see what they're talking about over there, and really see what's the deal with this land. Like, who actually can give the land back? Why was it taken? It was a lot of racist policies. Of course. they took a lot of land. So maybe my nerdy and wordy friend Kevin Schofield can help me out with some of this. So this one here, $10.4 million getting ready to hit the streets. This is HSD. HSD made an announcement this morning. City announces $10.4 million to community organizations focused on BIPOC safety. And I got this from City of Seattle. Yeah. All right. So there was $10.4 million. This all goes back to the mayor's $100 million, right? The mayor's $100 million pledge, and basically 30 went to this task force that we talked about that's at City Council right now, this ECI. 30 Morales has, that was Black Brilliance and its participatory budgeting. Another 30 was OPCD, and I don't think those RFPs are out yet. They might be. And then 10 was HSD, Human Services. for grants and funding for organizations that can increase public safety, right, and reduce the need to have to call 911. So it was $10.4 million. And intended outcomes, the community organizations focus and work include several community safety strategies. The RFP was designed to promote community-led solutions, allowing community members and agencies to define safety investments. So basically, they put out RFP and said, man, how are you going to make the community safer? What are some of the things that you can do? $10.4 million out the door. And let's see, funded activities here. 33 organizations will be awarded funding through the RFP. Funding awards will range between, so this is the money part right here, so you guys listen. 33 organizations will be awarded funding through the RFP. Funding awards will range between $123,000 and $585,000 per organization. The funded organizations span a range of services and focus areas, with some agencies receiving city funds for the first time and other programs expanding services. HSD received over 70 applications, totaling $40 million in requested funds. Many proposals also align with other City of Seattle programs and investments focused on food security, education, homelessness, and reentry. Now, here are some of the organizations that got either between $123,000 and $585,000. See here, the Academy for Creating Excellence, the Washington Therapy Fund Foundation. Is that Ashley?
That is Ashley, yeah.
Ashley McGirt. African Community Housing and Development, Africa Town Community Land Trust, Surge Reproductive Justice, Somali Family Safety Task Force, Sexual Violence Law Center, Seattle Neighborhood Group, Rainier Beach Action Coalition, POCAN, People of Color Against AIDS Network. That was one of our favorites. Plus Positively, LLC, Mother Nation, Korean Community Services, King County Equity Now, Fresh Start, Freedom Project, Fathers and Sons Together, that's FAST, Evergreen Treatment Services, REACH, this is part of REACH, Empowering Youth and Families Outreach, East African Community Services, Creative Justice, Consejo Counseling and Referral Services, Community Passageways, Choose 180, Community Leaders Roundtable of Seattle, the Chief Seattle Club, Black Star Line, Arms Around You, and API, Jaye. So 33 organizations here that basically break up that $10.4 million. We'll put this, we'll have Ike Everhart put this up on the website. We'll tweet this out here in a little bit with this list so everybody can see. And like I said, ranging from $123,000 to $585,000 to increase public safety in our neighborhood. So ladies and gentlemen, this money is now gone, 10 million of it, it's now gone from whatever the mayor was talking about. This $100 million is gone to city council, it's gone to vote, it's gone to a department, which is HSD, and all those people held that accountability hot potato. This money now goes into the community. So that means our community members are responsible on this $10.4 million to deliver on what they promised.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly why it's important for us to follow the money. I love hearing that list and recognizing so many amazing organizations that are there, because honestly, these guys have been doing the work. They have actually outlined different models around what safety looks like. You know, we had folks here right here on Converge Media on the Morning Update Show talking about treating the whole person. Several folks have said this, and it's really important because we have now been able to say, look, through all of the organizing on the streets, through all of the protesting and the energy there, that now we have folks that have said, well, look, we fought hard for this money. It's going into the agencies that can really wield those strategies and those models in a way that they've been doing. They've probably been doing it way stretched capacity thin. So honestly, this is so so much of an important part of the process, how all of that activism and protesting, how it merges itself to really having some real solutions on the ground. This is really exciting. I'm really, looking forward to how all of these organizations deal with the strategies and the approaches that they have, because they're really connected to the streets, Omari. They're connected to community, and that's really what this is about, because we need to see those solutions now.
Yep. And, me being objective and everything else is definitely everybody's connected to community, but will everybody be accountable to community? Because now here comes, like I said, here comes the funds. And, we keep the eye on the mayor, keep the eye on the city council, keep the eye on the director of HSD, and now we need to keep the eye on each other. We need to hold each other accountable. A lot of us know these directors at these programs and everything else. Let's make sure they're delivering, right? People said they need resources. They could probably always use more, but, resources are coming. So now you, our citizen stakeholders, especially the ones that live in our communities, especially the ones most impacted where these funds are going, is just like, and you can't take your eye off the ball now. Now it's like, okay, this money is coming out. It's going to be another at least $30 million that comes out before the end of the year. And we need to make sure that things are happening that are supposed to happen. I don't have any doubts, but, in one side, but professionally, I'm supposed to have doubts. This is what I'm here for, is to follow up on things and everything else. And so, we'll see what happens. But, some pretty impressive list of names that I've heard here before and some that I haven't.
Yeah, and that's really my point there is you're right. We got to follow the money. We got to follow it through. And again, understanding some of the work of some of those organizations, I can say that I'm excited because I've seen that they have approaches and models and strategies that work. So the fact that this money can then be injected into those organizations to scale those strategies up, that's really exciting. But I also think too, when we talk about, what it looks like for us to be doing, maximizing public safety, so much of this is about the fact that we are seeing a real surge of gun violence here in our city and throughout our county. And it's important for us to have the opportunity for folks that have been there also be wielding the solutions to what it's going to look like to change these things. I'm always saying what Germay said, like, we really need to inject this and see it as a public health crisis and look at it from that perspective. So I'm really hoping that this injection of funds is going to lead towards some of that.
I'll say this, and I know we got to go to break because we got Jay West out there, is that, like, we kept our eye on this. And really, to be honest with everything, actually probably except for the participatory budgeting, that money, it's just on a different timeline. But, a lot of this money, we're going to see it actually hit the streets here probably before the end of the year. And it's just important, it's important that people see how government works and how government doesn't work and everything else. So, really good thing. We're definitely going to keep following the money. And I saw, a great comment in there from, I think it's Jean Lamont, like, hey, why don't you invite all 33 onto the show? It's like, yeah, over some, over a time span, but, definitely open to that. And if you're out there and you're one of these recipients, one of the 33 recipients that broke up this total $10.4 million that Human Services Department has awarded to the community, and you want to come on the Morning Update show and tell our community what it is that you plan to do with those funds and how it's going to impact the community and make it safer, you're always welcome right here on the Morning Update show. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, Trayana is joined by Jay West. Jay West, spoken word artist, performing at the Madaraka Festival. You are watching the Morning Update show.
Hey, it's me, downtown Seattle, C-Town. Wish you were here. Here to explore inside, outside, and everywhere in between. Where it's easy to get my good side. Here, where my rooftops invite you to come early and stay late. Where every view is a postcard, and each night out might be your best night ever. See you soon. Love, C-Town.
Hey everybody. We all know that COVID-19 has had a major impact on everything this year, even energy bills. Puget Sound Energy understands the ongoing struggle that's facing its customers. And this is why they're offering a COVID bill assistance program of up to $2,500 per qualified customer. If you or anyone you know are currently behind on energy bills, please contact PSC today to discuss all of the assistance options available. Visit psc.com/COVID to learn more.
Madaraka Festival is back. Join us on July 25th for the first ever outdoors Madaraka Festival in the USA, featuring Grammy-nominated reggae legend Patu Banton, Seattle's own Dre's, Austin Dean Ashford performing in Seattle for the first time, and many more. As always, all the proceeds from Madaraka Festival supports the efforts of One Vibe Africa in Kisumu, Kenya, and here in Seattle, Washington, where we are transforming our community one event at a time. Make sure you grab your free ticket. See you there.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show. I'm your co-host, Trey Holiday, and joining me on the set, you guys know I love artistry, is Miss Jaye Ware, right here, spoken word artist. What's up, Jay?
Whoop, whoop.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Well, you know what? We're glad that you're here today. And, you know, we've been uplifting the Madaraka Festival. It looks like it is going to be a real jam. I want you to be able to share a little bit about who you are so the folks can kind of get a glimpse of, like, who is involved in this amazing festival.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm Jaye. And so I'm a poet, a spoken word artist, a playwright, and I have been performing in spoken word for years. And normally, I perform at art galleries, at museums, schools, libraries, town hall. I performed on Orcas and Vashon Island. And I just write a wide variety of poetry. What's really near and dear to my heart is social justice and injustice poetry and spoken word. Also, close to my heart are children, so I write children's stories and prose. And then on Clubhouse, I actually have a room called Pop-Up Poetry, and that is how I met Simon. Even though Simon is here in Seattle, I have not met that man yet. But I am so inspired by him. He's just phenomenal, and I'm super duper excited about Madaraka.
Yeah, so Simon is the one that brought you into Madaraka, and Simon has been like really curating a lot of the talent around this. How has this been for you? Because I've seen you all over community. You've been involved in a lot of different things. So how does this festival kind of stand up to some of the other experiences you've had in community?
That's a super good question. It really, really is. And so it stands separate and apart. I'm going to tell you it stands separate and apart from what I normally do, and it is way outside the box of my comfort zone, what I'm comfortable with, what I'm familiar with. It is certainly not an art gallery. It is not a museum. It is a humongous festival with some astounding talent. And so when Simon asked me to perform, I was like, what? But clearly Simon saw that there was something in me where, you know, I could pull it up and pull it out and perform. And so because of the confidence that he placed in me, and then I saw all the amazing, I mean bona fide, amazing talent that was going to be at the Madaraka Festival, I was like, oh, no. I'm not about to let Simon down. I'm not about to embarrass myself. I'm going to look at all the videos. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be prepared. And so there's poetry that I've already done before, but I knew that Madaraka required something different. And so it really required that I prepare in a different way and present in a different way. And I'm just so excited to stretch myself. That's what's happening here.
I love it.
I'm stretching
it. I love it, Jay. And you know, I think, you know, we've talked about it many times right here on the Morning Update show about how COVID has really hit our artist community in a real particular way. And how have you been able to continue on throughout, you know, maybe there was a lack of opportunities. Some folks have said there's a surge of opportunities, right? So it really depends on where you are on the spectrum. How has that been for you to continue persevering as an artist, you know, and a spoken word artist throughout all of this transformative time we've been in?
You keep asking good questions, but I got to answer. So I'm a member of the African American Writers Alliance, and through the Alliance, we performed at a wide variety of locations. And of course, we had to pause and figure out, okay, how are we going to do this now? And just like everyone else, that pause resulted in our having to figure out how to use technology. And so in terms of performances and wanting artists out there and trying to make sure that that hiccup didn't last for very, very long, we started performing like a lot of other folks virtually. As a matter of fact, my first play that was accepted, a short play called Madison Park Bench. That was a plug. Madison Park Bench, it was initially scheduled to be a reading at the University of Washington, and then COVID barreled through, and so we had to pivot. And Sadiqa Inman, you're all right, girl. Sadiqa Inman was my director, and she said, well, why don't we just film the thing? Why don't we just film it on location? I'm like, yes. And so you just have to pivot. And it's much different when you're a vocalist and when you have a band or when you're a dancer. I'm like, girl, I know most people are sick and tired of Zoom and, you know, other virtual platforms, and they're ready for things to be live. So, yeah, we just had to pivot. And fortunately, we have some really good people that work for the Alliance, and we had already made lots of connections with individuals and organizations. And so it's like, we're still ready, we're still able, we're still capable, we're still willing to perform. And so we just had to do it in a way that wasn't fantastic, but it served its purpose.
You know, I think that's really it. And I think, you know, we all kind of were like, all right, we got to go with these shifts. We got to go with these pivots. We got to, you know what I mean? We got to pull out our laptops. We got to download Zoom onto our phones. There was all of us dealing with all of that. Now, I'm excited because, you know, Madaraka is going to have a really dope lineup of performances. And you were talking a bit about that. What are folks to experience for Madaraka Festival this year? It's something that has happened before, but this is really unique in its experience. What are some of the things that you've been able to kind of glean from it as a spoken word artist who's going to be performing? What are folks going to expect?
I'm telling you, folks are going to be able to expect and to experience a lot. So when it comes to performances and entertainment and top-notch, top of the line, some of the A-list performers, you can expect energy at a 10. So mine might be at a 5 or 6. But like Dre's, who is, you know, out of Seattle and now living in California, and Pateau, there's just, I just can't even begin to tell you, just being able to be outdoors and to be around so many artists who are just excited to be performing their heart out, and not only to be performing, entertaining, but also because it's for an excellent cause. So Simon is from Kenya, and for several years, this is the 7th festival, the 7th event. And this is the first time it's been outdoors in Seattle, which is really Bellevue. It's going to be in Bellevue. But the thing is that Simon is raising funds. He's collecting instruments, and the whole goal, all the money goes towards children, and I told you before, near and dear to my heart, children in Kenya, so that they also can experience the richness and the gifts and the talents and the ability to play an instrument. So not only can that be an opportunity for them to earn an income, but also it's just really fulfilling to have that type of talent.
Yeah, well, you know, you're right. Absolutely. And I spent time in Kenya and around youth. And let me tell you, it was some of the best experience of my life, because really you see so much hope and promise, right? Of like, hey, you know, I'm going to be something. And it's like, absolutely you are. And you can be whatever you want. So I love that this has such a direct cause to make sure that children over there are benefited. Now, you know, you're a spoken word artist. And before I let you go out of here, you know what I'm saying? I got to see if you got something you can spit on the mic for us, Jay.
You see me bat my eyes? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you. What I'm going to do is just give you a sample, just a sample of what I'm going to be performing. So I've got 15 minutes at the mic. One will be just stand up, regular, common, everyday spoken word, and the other will be a little more energized. So I'm going to give you the energized one, and I really wish I could get up, but I'm going to try and give you that same energy while sitting in this chair. So it's going to start like this. I'm coming in black. You see the melanin in my skin? I'm coming in black. It's no wonder we all kin. I'm coming in black. I'm coming in black. I love you, Africa, yeah. My mama, Africa, yeah. I love you, Africa, yeah. My papa, Africa, yeah. That's it. That's it. You want to hear the rest? You know what to do.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, Jay. You know, snaps all around, snaps all around.
Can I show people something?
Yeah.
Okay, people, didn't I say I was coming in black? I came in black with T-shirts, yes. So now there's Converge clothing that you can buy. There is One Vibe clothing that you can buy. And there's coming in black. Hold up.
There it is. Hey.
Wherever you go, come in black, because that's going to be the first thing folks will see, okay?
I love it, Jay. And, you know, where can folks find out more information to make sure that they are there coming in black and going to hear the rest of you coming in black?
You know, I think probably the easiest and the quickest thing to do is Google Madaraka Festival, Madaraka Festival 21. Just Google it, and all the information is going to come up that you'll need in order to sign up, sign in, show up.
Well, you know, lastly, we always love to give folks time. How can folks contact you if they're like, man, I want to hire you for, you know, a thing I'm doing. I need your energy. I want your vibe. How can they connect with you?
Right now, the first thing you can do is to go to the African American Writers Alliance website, www.aawa.seattle-org. My website is coming. Yeah. It's coming.
So they can get in contact with you through the Writers Association. Man, Jay, you came with that fire. I thank you so much. I know you guys are excited. I'm elated over here. Good vibes and good energy with Jay Ware in the building. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You know what? Thank you for letting me join you, girl.
Absolutely. Well, you guys know we got to close out the show right and bring Big O back into the studio. Stay tuned after this commercial break. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Hey guys, it's Besa Gordon from Converge Media. You can catch me on my show Rewind with Besa, which airs every other Saturday at 2 p.m. anywhere you watch Converge Media. Now, I know a lot of us still have questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. However, here are a couple things you don't have to question. Everyone 12 years and older in Washington state are now eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. It's free and you don't even need insurance or citizenship status to get vaccinated. If you still have questions, and I know you probably do, you can visit kingcounty.gov/COVID for additional information. You can also call the King County COVID-19 call center at 206-477-3977 to get COVID-19 and the vaccination questions answered, get translation services if needed, set up an in-home vaccination appointment for yourself or someone you know may not be comfortable at a vaccination site due to a disability, anxiety, or other reasons. Look, with summer being here, now is the time to get all your COVID-19 vaccination questions answered so we can all get out the house and live our best lives again.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Morning Update Show. I'm your co-host, Trey Holiday. And joining me back on the set and in the studio is my co-host with the most, Big O. What up, Big O?
Trey Holiday.
Hey.
Yeah, that was a nice vibe right there.
Hey, Jay set us up nicely, right? I'm coming in black. Hey, I'm ready.
No, I see. Like, wow. Now, I'm looking forward. This is going to be a big music weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm just debating if I'm going to be here. If I'm going to be here, it's going down.
Yeah, right?
If I'm not here, I'm going to get some
sleep.
sleep.
Put your shirt right there. Yeah. Coming in black.
Coming in black. Where's my camera? There it is. Coming in black. I know that's right. It was good stuff. Yo, that Seattle Equity Summit this morning was dope, huh?
Hey, man, it was so fire. And you know what? I got to say that I loved hearing from the folks over in Detroit, right?
Boy, Detroit.
Seriously,
Woo.
They're doing some amazing things out there. And look, she said it today. She said, look, we understand that, for some of our community, we got to do some things for free as artists. But, hey, we're stepping up our fee game, man. We're making sure they know to pay us. It was real, man.
We need to get paid for our genius, for who we are, and far too often we've convinced ourselves that we don't deserve. There's not enough value in us or our art or what we create to be paid or to be compensated, and so we go into these situations with a consciousness that and the outcomes usually meet that consciousness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it'd be interesting. I really want to be able to have more conversations about people putting a value on their art and on their work and being compensated for it.
Yeah. That's part of equity right there. I'm sorry. I just got to say that. Like, it was a Seattle Equity Summit. That's part of it right there. Pay the fee.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, I would agree with you, and it's just like, people just need to, it's got to pay, man. I mean, there's just no better way to just put it like that. I mean, but there is a curve and an arc in anybody's career when you're starting off with anything that, man, you're at a level in your career where it's like you're not getting compensated because really your compensation is really coming in learning your craft and being around, master craftsmen or craftspeople or whatever, and you learn your craft. But when you reach a professional space, then you should have an expectation for compensation.
Yeah.
And so it's real interesting, and we could talk about that art stuff all day long. We'll put the link in the comments. Oh, can you find a link for the Seattle Equity Summit? Not the Zoom link, but the regular link, the website link, and put it in the comments. There you go. All right, Trey Holiday, we're getting ready to get out of here. Any last words?
My last words, stay consistent, y'all. See yourself as part of the solution. I think it's so important that we all bring our brilliance to bear. And honestly, we have better solutions when we do so. So just like all of those HSD grantees are seeing themselves as part of the solution, I encourage all of you to see yourself as part of the solution. I think Ware was doing it too. She's coming in black. She's letting them know.
Coming in black.
Hey, see yourself as part of the solution, guys.
Better know about it. Omi says that he can put the link in the comments there. So the session that me and Treyana were on earlier with Inye Wakoma and what's Jessica? Jessica
cares. Care Moore. Yeah,
Moore
Care
from Detroit, and then Rochelle
Riley.
Who is the director of arts and culture in Detroit.
Yeah, the city of Detroit. Woo.
Yo, man, it was crazy. So tonight, any programming notes here? So 7 o'clock tonight, Seattle News, Views, and Brews with Brian Callanan and the very wordy and nerdy Kevin Schofield. So that's at 7 o'clock. Want to give a big shout out to our director today, Carlos Imani. Hey, Carlos, you made it through. You know what I'm saying? Carlos was part and parcel of the morning update show like every day until Baby Yoda arrived. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so now he's super dad. And it was just, thank you for taking the time to come to the studio today. You know what I'm saying? And pass our regards to your wife and the Baby Yoda. You know, I wish we would have put a picture of Baby Yoda in the so everybody can see where he's at. And also real thankful for our team, our staff here, who continue to just get better and better every day. And, of course, you, our viewers. On that note, we're going to get out of here. This means you're going to get ready to go to a wide, Carlos. There it is. We're getting ready to get out of here. But want to remind you to go forward. There's your wide view. There you go. Go forward in your purpose. Go forward in your humanity. And until tomorrow at 11 a.m., peace.
Lift every voice and sing till earth in heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun.